Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we have a 2018 Land Rover Discovery, and what's going on is the air pump is leaking right at the seam, right at the end of that nozzle. So I found a kit online off Parts Geek. It comes with the pump, the what they call the expansion valve, the rivets, and a relay and the wiring. So I'm gonna get everything out, put on the board, show you what everything looks like. I'm gonna tell you why we're going this route. All right, so that's everything laid out. We got a new pump assembly, well, the new pump itself, new rivets, the expansion valve, and then that didn't come with it, but that's the coupling. I'm told that thing gets damaged when you take it off. So the reason we're going this route is because a new pump assembly from the factory or from the dealership is just under $2,000. I think they quoted me $1,975, and of course with tax you're going over $2,000. I found another one on Parts Geek that was about $800. Not bad, but I decided to see if we can save my client some money and go with the $200 option with what you see here. I think his total estimated bill for parts anyway was about $225 for everything you see here. So we're gonna go ahead and get the old one out, and I'm gonna show you what we gotta do. All right, so this is what the whole unit looks like, and the actual pump is inside this case. It's encased in this. If you look, there are multiple rivets all the way around the unit. I've already drilled one out. What I find drill bit works best is a 5/32. So we're gonna get this thing open, and we'll be right back. This is it with the top off. Now, the top's not just gonna slide off. It's got a little rubber seal around it. You're gonna have to take two flat heads and just walk it all the way around and take it off. But our problem was we was getting a lot of air shooting from outside this gap right here. So what I may do is I may hook it back up just to verify it's not the hose, and then go ahead and replace everything. But this is how it sits in there. As you can see, our new one, let me move comparison of the new and the old. Now the pump itself seems to have been working, but was going in anyway. And the only way I seem to get this part, which I think is the actual failure, is to order the kit. Nobody else sold it anywhere else from what I found. So I'm gonna go ahead and start swapping things out, and we'll get back to you. Just a quick mention, there are these Torx bolts on the bottom of it that have to come out to release the pump from the footing or the bottom of the case. So make sure you have those Torx bolts. I'm gonna try to get a list of everything you're gonna need on the at least in the video description, or I'll put a annotation somewhere. But yeah, gotta get these off, get it off. All right. Also, I also want to point out it does have an internal wiring harness, so be careful when you remove it. It has a ground on it as well. That is a T30. The other bolts on the outside were T30s as well. So we're going to remove this harness, get these lines off. We'll have to reuse these lines, so be careful when you're taking those apart. And I'll show you when we get back together. All right, so here we have it going back together. So this needs to be riveted in right here, this part. It's not yet, because we're going to do a test before we rivet the whole sides back on. I want to show something to you guys. Now the lines have these little rings on it, right, to hold them in place. They have these little collars on the bottom of them. When you take these off, make sure you pull these off without damaging the plastic line. The new ones have them too. Slide them back on. Good little ways up, and then tighten it down. And then when you want to make sure it's tight, give it a tug, see if it comes back out once you tighten it down. So we're going to fit this in. I'm gonna fit the new one on here, and then reattach it to the inside the car, and then we're going to test and see what it does. All right, so now we have it sitting inside. It's not mounted, it's not riveted all the way down yet. We're just going to do a test run here to make sure all our lines aren't leaking. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna start it up, and we're gonna check it out. All right, let's just get inside. Suspension raises. Check our pump. It is pumping. There's no leaks. See how long it takes it to go up. We're gonna give it a minute and make sure it comes up to height. Got a rivet gun. We're gonna put the rivets back in it. It does work. Sorry, I got a notification. The truck is sitting up, so I'm gonna show you the finished product when we get done. All right, here we have the finished product. Riveted all the way back in. Already tested. I'm gonna put it back in the vehicle. And I'm gonna show you it going up and down now. No more fault code. I go up. You gotta hold it. Are you hold it? You gotta close the door.